Thank you for being here to learn more about the UGA Master of Social Work program. I'm Allison Haynes. I'm the Admissions and Recruitment Coordinator for the School of Social Work. I received my MSW in 2008, and prior to this position, I've worked in community mental health organizations, family intervention pilot projects, and many years in higher education as a disability services coordinator. I'm excited to tell you a bit about our UGA programs, the application process and funding. Then we'll take some time at the end to show you the website. Why choose UGA? We consistently rank as one of the nation's best public universities on measures of education quality, value, and affordability because of the opportunities that we provide to students both inside and outside of the classroom. Having a degree from UGA is meaningful. Our MSW program in particular is ranked in the top 10th percentile by U.S. News and World Report and is number 1 among SEC institutions. In addition, our graduates have high pass rates on national licensing exams. We are fully accredited by the CSWE, which establishes guidelines and standards for the social work education. We also adhere to the National Association of Social Workers Code of Ethics. The mission of social work, according to the NASW, is to enhance human well-being and to help meet the basic human needs of all people with particular attention to the needs and empowerment of people who are vulnerable, oppressed, and living in poverty. The career outlook for social workers is very good. The Department of Labor projects a 9% growth in the field over the next few years. An MSW is a versatile degree. You can really make it your own, depending on your specific interests and career goals. You can see just a few types of the positions and locations listed here, where you can find social workers employed. And then the career services website that you can see at the bottom of this screen, they actually track where our MSW graduates are working. So you can log in there and see the specific jobs where actual UGA graduates are working. Our faculty at UGA teach current best practices and are involved in cutting-edge research. Our faculty research is really diverse, as is our faculty. Here are some examples of the research topics our faculty are currently involved in. There are so many. I'll just give you a couple of examples. Dr. Elkins, our MSW program director's research has centered on trauma. So she's centered on identifying, preventing, and treating trauma and trauma-related disorders. Dr. Oketch researches human trafficking, and he directs the Center on Human Trafficking Research and Outreach here at the UGA School of Social Work. So you are probably coming to us because you have a cause or multiple causes that you are passionate about. You can log into the website at the bottom of this page and see what areas of research our faculty are engaged in. Look around and see who shares your interests. And you can even reach out to those faculty members to discuss their work or discuss what your goals are. They really are happy to talk to you about what they're doing and to start that dialogue. A bit about our mission and values. Social work is a profession that is values-driven, and the UGA MSW program really puts those values and ethics into practice both inside the classroom and in the field placement. The mission of our program is to prepare you for advanced social work practice. We develop leaders who are culturally competent, dedicated to social and economic justice, and dedicated to upholding those ethical standards we mentioned earlier. The values that underpin our program include addressing power and oppression in society to promote social justice by using evidence-informed practice and advocacy tools and celebrating diversity. So a little bit about the specifics of our MSW program pathways. We have 3 separate MSW program offerings here at UGA. The full-time program in Athens, the extended time program in Gwinnett, and our online program, which is also extended time. I'm going to go through each of these programs. So the full-time program, again in Athens, has 2 offerings. the one that's 4 semesters, and the advanced standing, which is 3 semesters. You can apply for the advanced standing option only if you have a Bachelor in Social Work degree from a CSWE accredited institution. So that just takes 1 semester off the time. But all other undergraduate majors apply if they're coming to Athens for the regular full-time program. In Gwinnett, we have the extended time program. It was formerly called the part-time program. So it's in Metro Atlanta, the Metro Atlanta area. It offers classes after 5 p.m. So students with work and family obligations find this program is a really good fit for them usually. Our extended time program has 3 and 4 year options, but that's depending on your needs to give you more flexibility with your field placement. Gwinnett also has advanced standing. It runs for 2 years part-time, and it's the same criteria that you would have to have a BSW within the past 5 years. Our online program is asynchronous. The coursework is completely 100% online. The first year is coursework, and then the second and third years are a combination of coursework and your field placement. So, of course, your field placement is going to be in person. And the curriculum for our online program is the same as for our extended time program. So our department created intentionally an online program that mirrors the exact same coursework that our extended time program students are doing. No matter which program you choose, field education is required. This is required for any MSW program that's accredited in the country. It is a signature pedagogy of our program, and it blends classroom learning with real-world experience. You will complete field placement hours along with your coursework. When you begin, the field education may vary slightly, but it is mandatory. The UGA School of Social Work has relationships with over 500 organizations throughout the state of Georgia. So if you are an online student, you are typically required to do your field placement in or very near the state of Georgia. So a bit about our different campuses. The Athens campus is, of course, located here in historic Athens, Georgia. There's a lot to do in Athens. There's sports, restaurants, concerts, culture events. The School of Social Work is located in a historic mill, and we have a faculty member who has led research about the history of the mill and how that relates to our mission of social justice and acknowledging and kind of reclaiming that history. And you can read more about that on our website. But we're on the Oconee River here. We have nice gathering spaces. There's a lounge downstairs where students meet to discuss what they're learning, to work on projects, to talk about social justice issues. There's also a micro market with food and coffee. We have computer labs, and there are 9 libraries on campus, graduate housing if you need it. And you have access to all the student support services, whether that's the academic services or the mental health services. Our Gwinnett campus is a more modern setting. It's a building that looks like an office building, but they've really revamped it to make it UGA. There's UGA-themed gathering spaces, and it's honestly a very nice environment. They have free parking, not like in Athens, and the building is very open and welcoming. There's a virtual library with a learning support person, Mr. C. There's a picture from here. So if you need help with APA style or writing style or learning how to research, he's there to offer one-on-one support. The Gwinnett campus also offers classes as you transition in. The classrooms have up-to-date technology. There's a vending area with coffee. They also have events for students, like you can sign up for massages. And there are stationary bikes you can sit your laptop on. You have access to the same student, UGA and student care and outreach services as well. Our online students are not left out. They also have access to student support services. There's a dedicated resource in the library for online students to help with research. There's an online orientation session that will tell you about all the online services. So we have 3 areas of specialization within the program. Please pay attention to which are offered at which program location. So what are program specializations? We have the micro, the macro, and the combined practice. Micro is typically what people think about when they say social work. This is direct practice, working with groups, families, individuals. It's more interventions on an interpersonal level. So, for example, case management and counseling fall under micro. The central focus is assessment and intervention practices. This is offered at all of our programs, Athens, Gwinnett, and online. Our macro track is offered in Athens only. So community and institutional assessment are the central issues in this track. This is more about designing or implementing services. Practitioners focus on work with communities, program development and evaluation, policy, and broader research tools that can be used in nonprofit management or community advocacy work. And then also only in Athens do we have the combined practice track. To round out your education, clinicians may start off doing case management work and then quickly move into managerial or upper management roles. And so this track would offer tools for both. Doing the specialization does not add any time to your track, and this one, again, was Athens only. So for the students who are in Athens, you don't choose your specialization until you're going into your second year of the program. So you must choose your location up front when you're applying, but you can wait to choose your specialization. I'd also like to point out that no matter which track you choose, you're going to receive a foundational knowledge of both micro and macro, no matter what program you're in, because everything is really interconnected in the real world. And on top of that, you could choose to use something for your electives to round out your education. Even if you're in a location that only has micro practice, you could potentially take a macro elective. If you have more questions about this, please feel free to email us. So there are some supplemental options. These are just if you want to add to your MSW while you're here at UGA. They're not mandatory, but they're just some opportunities that we have to help you reach your career goals. So we're going to start with certificate programs. So certificates add to your knowledge area and are a great way to add some intentional focus to your program. You can use your electives for most of them, so they typically do not increase your time in the program. All of these are available at Athens. The programs with 1 asterisk are also available in Gwinnett. And if you are online, then you can choose the ones with 2 asterisks. Those are the only ones available to you. These look great on a resume or to just add to your knowledge base. So we have another opportunity for dual degree programs. These are only available in Athens. This allows you to earn 2 master's degrees in less time than if you took them individually. Some courses may overlap for credit in both schools, and you must apply to both schools and be accepted into both graduate schools for these programs. The MSW Juris Doctor is a partnership with the University of Georgia School of Law. You will gain understanding of trauma-informed court practices. If you can advocate for clients who are in need of social services, for example, if you're interested in working in family courts. The MSW Master of Divinity is a partnership with the Emory University Candler College of Theology. This program focuses on faith-based needs of clients with an emphasis on grief, loss, and bereavement. And the MSW Master of Public Health dual degree is a partnership with the UGA College of Public Health. This is our most popular dual degree program. It combines social work assessment and intervention with the public health goal of prevention to improve health at the individual, family, and organizational and community levels. The program's focus is on health disparities, and it underscores the social justice commitment of both professions. So you can find more information and advisors for each of these programs on our website. We also have some study away opportunities. You typically pay out of pocket for these. There's limited opportunities for assistance, very few of those. but there is usually interest meetings for each of these. So we have one coming up for Northern Ireland scheduled, and Ghana is our longest running program. They're planning to return there in 2025, and they're also looking at other options. So now we're going to take a moment to go through the application process and funding. How to apply. So to apply to the MSW program, you have to complete the online application through the UGA Graduate School office. You can see the graduate school application fees here. We do have very limited application fee waivers, and those are available on our MSW application website. Please pay special attention to the application deadlines. The advanced standing deadline is January 1st. Again, this is only if you hold a BSW degree. All other MSW programs, the deadline is February 15th. However, if you are planning to apply for a graduate assistantship, which we'll talk about in a minute, you want to have your MSW program application completed by January 15th. Applications are open now. You can go ahead and start your application. So with the online graduate school application, you also have to submit an unofficial transcript. The official one will be required after you're accepted. 3 letters of recommendation. You will submit the contact information online, and the contacts will be emailed. Be sure to talk first to the people who are writing your letters and encourage them to make a good case for your qualifications. You'll also write a narrative statement. There's a document on the MSW website that outlines what the committee is looking for. This is where you articulate why you want to be a social worker and what you'll bring to the profession. You'll attach your resume. On your resume, you can include internships, volunteer and work experience, and any pertinent training that you have attended. We do not require GRE scores. They are optional. So if you have good scores and you think they'll bolster your application, you can submit those, but taking the exam is not required by the School of Social Work. And you can see the GPA guidelines here. We do take a holistic view of each applicant. So if you're close on one element, we say apply. You can use your narrative statement and the letters of recommendation to make your case. Some application tips. Review and select your program first. We operate on a cohort model, so whichever program you're admitted to, you're expected to matriculate through that program. For example, you cannot switch between Gwinnett and Athens during the plan of study. Choose the correct semester or term on the graduate application. The grad office only allows you to correct this one time, so pay close attention. Advanced standing, for those students who have a BSW and want to apply for that, begins in the summer. So you would choose the summer term on your application. All of our other programs, full-time, extended time, and online, begin in fall. So be sure to choose the fall application, fall semester on your application. You can look at the MSW admission website for your narrative statement guidelines. I'm going to show you where to find that in a moment. Have someone review your statement and your resume. You want your formatting, grammar, and content to be top-notch. And then you can check the graduate application portal for any outstanding items. For those international applicants, there's additional requirements through the grad school, and you can review those online, or you can send me an email, and I'll be happy to share where you can find that information. So funding, I know this is the big question. There are various funding opportunities. The graduate school has separate funding from the School of Social Work, so apply to both and as many as possible. The graduate school has scholarships, loans, and a limited number of out-of-state waivers. So that means if you live out of state or out of the country, you can receive the in-state tuition rate, which is much cheaper. So check out their website, the www.grad.uga.edu, to see about their options. And so the School of Social Work also has some funding opportunities. You may apply for multiple sources of School of Social Work funding. However, once decisions are made, you're only eligible to accept funding through one of the sources. Graduate assistantships are where you work for the department part-time, usually 13 hours a week, and receive your tuition reduced to only $25 and you may receive a stipend. Only full-time students at the Athens campus are eligible to apply. You are still responsible for some fees. You must apply for the assistantship position separately from applying to the MSW program, and there are a limited number available. The priority deadline to have both the assistantship and the graduate school applications completed is January 15th. So another opportunity we have are funded training programs. Funded training programs have a work requirement attached for them. They are available for all of our programs. So for Athens, Gwinnett, and online. So how it works is you receive 1 year of funding for each year of work placement that you agree to after graduation. The Title IV-E is a child welfare stipend, so you would work for DFACS, which is the Department of Family and Children Services. So if they pay for 1 year of your education, then you're going to work for them for a year after you graduate. The Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities also has a funded training program, and it gives you experience and skills to work in public behavioral health settings, to provide mental health, substance abuse, or developmental disability services. So there are School of Social Work scholarships also available on the website. These are only available after you've started the program. They typically range from around $500 to $2,000, so they do not usually cover the entire cost of tuition. And most scholarships are available at all program locations, but some are for very specific areas of interest. Here is the contact information. Please feel free to take a picture of this or refer back to this slide and email us any questions that you have. We are happy to answer questions, whether it's general questions about the program or specific questions about admission. So I'm Allison. I'm the top one. Emma is our MSW admission support. She's honestly worked with the School of Social Work a long time and is our expert on the application process. So if you're going through and you don't know which term to select, for example, you can email Emma. Dr. Elkins is our MSW program director. If you have program questions about the curriculum, for example, questions about the Athens programs, please email her. And Professor Wooden-Smith is our Gwinnett MSW Extended Time Coordinator. She also advises for our online program. So if you have questions about our extended time, whether in person at Gwinnett or online, questions about the plan of study, that sort of thing, please email her. And then you can also follow us on social media, and you can find out about any events that we're having. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and show you the website. So you can see under academics, we have all of our academic programs. You click on the Master of Social Work program, and you can learn more if you are like on the main School of Social Work website. We have our programs of study, our field education, the student handbook. I'm going to show you the admissions page. So you click on admissions and click on how to apply. So this tells you to be sure to check out the graduate school website, and this will direct you to the graduate student application. If you would like to apply for the MSW fee waiver, which again are limited, first come, first serve, click here. It tells you all of our requirements. This is where I was noting that we have instructions for that narrative essay. It tells you it has to be an APA. It has some questions to answer. So click that. Again, have someone proofread that, make sure it's top notch. And if you're an international applicant, there's some information here through the grad school. Pay attention to the deadlines once again. And if you are planning to apply for an assistantship or any financial aid, I'm going to show you where to find all the financial aid. That would be here. Under the MSW program specifically, it might be a better place to look. So the financial aid has those scholarships that you can apply for after you've matriculated in. This is where you see about the assistantships and tells you the deadline. There is, again, a separate application to apply for the assistantship. If you have questions about the application, please reach out to Jamila. Her contact information is there. Do not do this application or the MSW application on a mobile device, please use a desktop or laptop computer. For the assistantship application, they recommend Chrome, Firefox, or Safari, so be aware of that. And then if you're interested in any of our funded training programs, that information is here, and you can click there and see contact information for who to talk to. And one more thing I'm going to show you is the graduate school website. You can get there multiple ways, but we'll just click here. And if you scroll down to prospective students on the maingrad.uga.edu website, you can see they have lots of information. They have information about admissions, any workshops they have. Here's their financial aid and student resources. So please be sure to check out both websites as you apply. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. Please, again, email if you have any questions, and we hope that you will apply soon. Thank you.